Hi students, I hope you understood in the previous session what we have discussed, that is about exponents and powers. We have discussed in the previous session how to use the laws of exponents and how to write the standard form and how to get the usual notation. So today we are going to discuss the other topic, that you have to guess the topic. So before entering into the topic, I just will share an interesting story which is related to this chapter. Indian great mathematician Sir Srinivasa Ramanujan fell ill in those days, and his professor G.H. Hardy visited him in a taxi. So the taxi was stopped at the door of the Srinivasa Ramanujan. Then Ramanujan was looking at the taxi number. Then immediately Professor Hardy said that, "Hey man, why are you looking at that number? It's not an interesting number, and by the way, it's very dull number." The taxi number was that 1729. Then immediately what Sir Srinivasa Ramanujan said that, "No, it's not the dull number, it is some interesting number, and also this is the smallest number which could be expressed as sum of the cubes of two different numbers." You see, which could be expressed as sum of the cubes of two different cubes, sum of the cubes of two numbers that also in two different ways could be expressed. What are those? So 1729 could be expressed in two different ways. One is 12 cube plus 1 cube, another one is 10 cube plus then 9 cube, 10 cube plus 9 cube. See here, sum means addition of the cubes of two different numbers and different ways. This is the smallest number which could be expressed as sum of the cubes of two different numbers in different ways. What is that? 12 cube means 12 into 12 into 12, which will give you 144 into 12, which will give you 1728, and plus 1 cube when you add 1729. Similarly 10 cube, 10 into 10 into 10, 10 into 10 into 10, that is 1000, plus 9 cube is 9 into 9 into 9, 729. So 1729. So this is 1728 plus 1 is equals to 1729. 1000 plus 729 is equal to 1729. So that day onwards, this number is called Hardy-Ramanujan number. What do we call? Hardy-Ramanujan number. Because the mathematician Srinivasa Ramanujan, immediately he calculated in the mind, this is the smallest number which could be expressed as sum of the cubes of two numbers in two different ways. That's why this number is called Hardy-Ramanujan number. What do you call this one? Hardy-Ramanujan number. Hardy-Ramanujan number. Ramanujan number. So such type of numbers, there are so many numbers are there. Even in the textbook you have one or two more numbers are given. So those two you have to verify how you can express like this in sum of the cubes of two different ways. Hardy-Ramanujan number. Which is the Hardy-Ramanujan number? 1729 is Hardy-Ramanujan number. Hardy-Ramanujan number. So in this, while this is the story which is connected to the chapter, so in this I have used the word which could be expressed as the cubes of two different numbers. Cubes. So I used the word cubes. So cubes. This word itself says that the chapter which we are going to deal today, which we are going to discuss the topic, that is cubes and cube roots. So the chapter name is what? Cubes and cube roots. Chapter number, that is 7, cubes and cube roots. Chapter number 7, cubes and cube roots. Cubes and cube roots. This is the chapter which we are going to discuss. What is the chapter name? Cubes and cube roots. Right. So today's topic is cubes and cube roots. So this is a cube is a geometrical word which we have seen, geometrical, a solid figure which has length, three-dimensional shape, length, breadth and height are equal. Length, breadth and height are equal. That is the cube. So this is called cube. So this is the cube which we call it as cube. This is cube, a geometrical figure. See this, when we play the snakes and ladder or the dice game, then we will use this dice. This is the shape of the cube. All length, breadth and height, all three measures will be equal. You see, length, breadth and height, all three measures will be equal. This is the geometrical shape of a cube. That is a 3D shape, three-dimensional shape. Now, what is the related geometrical shape? Now, the numbers you observe here, the numbers 1, 8, 27, 64, 125, 216, 343. Such numbers, you observe it here. This 1 cube 8, 1. This can be written as 1 into 1 into 1. How many times it is appearing? So this chapter is already somewhere it is appearing that you have learned such type of this concept. Yes, that you have learned in squares and square root. Square means 2 times. A number is multiplied by 2 times itself. A number multiplied by itself. So here a number multiplied 3 times itself is called number multiplied 3 times. So 1 into 1 into 1. How many times we are writing? 1 into 1 into 1? 1 cube. In the exponents and powers chapter we have discussed. How many times? 1, 1, 1, 3 times. So 1 cube. So similarly 8 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2. You observe it, 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8. So 2 cube. Then 27 can be written as 3 into 3 into 3, 3 cube. Then 64 can be written as 4 into 4 into 4, 4 cube. 125 can be written as 5 into 5 into 5, which is 5 cube. Like that similarly 6 into 6 into 6, 6 cube. 7 into 7 into 7, 7 into 7 into 7, which is equal to 7 cube. Such numbers are called, you see, 1, 8, 27, 64, 125, 216, 343, etc. There are so many numbers. These numbers are called perfect cubes. 1, 8, 27, then 64, 125 and so on are called perfect. What do you call? Perfect cubes. Why we call these numbers are perfect cubes? Why do we call them as perfect cubes? Because perfect cube meaning is, just now I said cube means length, breadth, height, all three measures will be equal. All three measures, length, breadth and height, all three measures will be equal. Similarly, a number is multiplied by itself 3 times. How many times? A number multiplied by 3 times itself, such numbers are called, the result, the product which we obtain when you multiply a number 3 times itself is called a perfect cube. What do you call? A perfect cube. A number which is multiplied by itself 3 times. How many times? Itself 3 times. A number multiplied by itself 3 times is called a perfect, what do you call? Perfect cube. A number multiplied by itself is called a perfect cube. 3 times it has to be multiplied. 3 into 3 into 3. How many times? 3 times. So that is 27. So such numbers 1, 8, 27, 64, 125, 216, 343. Still if you go, then 8 cube 512, 9 cube 729, 10 cube 1000. So such numbers, those numbers are called perfect cube. So what is the meaning of perfect cube? A number which is multiplied by itself 3 times. How many times? 3 times. See the difference. Square means a number multiplied by itself 2 times. Cube means a number multiplied by itself 3 times. Such numbers are called perfect cubes. What do you call? Perfect cubes. What do you call here? Perfect cubes. Let us see. Perfect cube. Perfect cube means just now I said a number which is multiplied by itself 3 times. So how do we write those numbers? Suppose 2 into 2 into 2, which we write as 2 to the power 3. 2, 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. So 2 to the power 3. How do you read? 2 cube. How do you read? Cube. 2 to the power 3 or 2 cube. 2 cube. 2 cube. In words we write as 2 cube. 2 to the power 3. So this is called 2 cube. What do you call? 2 cube. Then if it is 7 into 7 into 7, which is called 7 cube. 7 cube. So 7 cube. Now we see some numbers which are here on the board. 1 to 10 numbers and their cube result. 1 into 1 into 1, 2 into 2 into 2, 3 into 3 into 3, like 7 into 7 into 7, 9 into 9 into 9. Such numbers. You see, perfect cubes. How many perfect cubes are there? There are. How many perfect cubes? You count it from 1 to, 1 to 1000 if you count. 1 to 1000 if you count. How many perfect cubes we have? 1 to 10. Observe it. 1 to 10 and 1 to 1000. The result you see and the number also you see. The result you see and the number also you see. Here from 1 to 10 there are only 10 perfect cubes. 10 perfect cubes. There are 10 perfect cubes. Perfect cubes from 1 to 1000. 1 to 1000. You see, perfect cube means what? The number which we will express in the form of 3 as a product of 3 equal factors. 3 equal factors which is called. Now you see, can you write is 9 a perfect cube? Perfect cube. Is 9 a perfect cube? Now can you say the number 3 times? 1 into 1 into 1? No. 2 into 2 into 2? No. 3 into 3 into, but 3 into 3 itself is equal to 9. Is it 3 times or 2 times? 2 times. So therefore 3 is not a perfect cube. Sorry, 9 is not perfect cube. 9 is not a perfect cube. 9 is not a perfect cube. Star. There are 10 perfect cubes from 1 to 1000. How many perfect cubes we have? 1 to 1000. There are only 10 perfect cubes. What are those? 1, 8, 27, 64, 125, 216, 343, 512, 729 and 1000. Now we will see another side, one more table which represents, even here also you can observe. You see here number 11, 1331, 12. See odd numbers. Observe it. Observe. What did you observe from this table? Yes, you are right. The cube of odd number is always cube and cube of even number is always even. You observe it. 11 cube is 1331. 13 cube is 2197. Then 14 cube is 15 cube is 3375. So that means cube of odd number is always cube. So from this we can conclude that cube of an odd number odd number is always odd. Cube of an odd number is always odd. Then cube of an even number. Cube of an even number is always even. You check it. 20 cube 8000, 16 cube 4096. These are all even numbers. You observe it. This is odd number. This is even number. Odd number. Even number. Like this. See, odd number. Cube of odd number is always odd. Cube of even number is always even. So what can we conclude? Cube of an odd number is always always odd number, and cube of any even number is always even. Even in the first table also you see 2 is an even number, so its cube is also even. 4 is an even number, its cube is also even. 6 is an even number, its cube is also even. Now check it. 9 is an odd number, its cube is odd number. 7 is an odd number, its cube is also odd number. 3 is an odd number, then its result cube is also odd number. So cube of odd number is always odd and cube of an even number is always even. These things you have to remember. And there are only 10 perfect cubes from 1 to 1000. 1 to 1000. Is it clear? Yes. Now, interesting pattern. Adding consecutive odd numbers. Consecutive odd numbers. See, we got some perfect cubes. Which are the perfect cubes? Just now we have discussed. 1 is a perfect cube. 1, if you take it as 1, you can write as 1. Now, next odd numbers, if I take second odd number. After this odd number, what do we have? 3. I'll write here 1. And now I am taking 3 plus 5. I am adding odd numbers. You see here, adding odd numbers. What I am getting? 8. 1 can be written as 1 cube and 8 can be written as 2 cube. 2 cube. Now you see next odd numbers. You see here 7 plus 9 plus 11 is equal to 27. 27 is a perfect cube. So 3 cube. So next odd number of next odd number, you see after 11, 13 plus 15 plus 17 plus 19. How many odd numbers I took? 4 odd numbers. You see 4 odd numbers. 13 plus 15 plus 17 plus 19, 28 plus 17, that is 45. 45 plus 19 is 64, which could be expressed as 4 cube. Similarly, next odd number, observe it, next odd number, that is 21 plus 23 plus 25 plus 27 plus 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Next odd number is 29, which if you add all these numbers, 9 plus 7, 16, 16 plus 5, 21, 21 plus 3, 24 plus 1, 25, and this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 2s are 10 and carrying 2. So 12, 125, which we write as 5 cube. You see now, this is an interesting pattern. First I took only one odd number, that can I can write as 1 cube. Now I took the consecutive odd number. Next odd numbers 3 plus 5, I got 8, 2 cube. Next I go for the next 3 odd numbers, 7, 9, 11, 27, that could be expressed. So a perfect cube can be expressed if n odd numbers if you add. How many odd numbers I am taking? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Consecutive odd numbers. Sum of consecutive odd numbers. Sum of consecutive odd numbers can be written as if, see here, 1 cube, 2 cube, 3 cube, 4 cube, 5 cube. Sum of n consecutive odd numbers. If I take n consecutive odd numbers, means if I am taking 4 odd numbers, 4 cube, 5 odd numbers, 5 cube, 3 odd numbers, 3 cube, 2 odd numbers, 2 cube. If I take sum of n consecutive odd numbers, then it can be written as n power 3. If I take here 6 consecutive odd numbers, then I will write answer, I get 216. Then I get here 6 cube. So sum of n consecutive odd numbers can be written as n to the power 3. N power 3. Sum of n consecutive odd numbers can be written as n power 3. Very, very important. N power 3. Sum of n consecutive odd numbers can be written as n power 3. Right. Now we see one more interesting pattern, that is, observe it, the difference of the cubes. Difference of the cubes, successive numbers. So 2 cube minus 1 cube. 2 cube is what? 8. 8 minus 1, the answer is equal to 7 this side. But what we are doing here, see the pattern what we are taking. 1 into 2 into 1 into 3. 1 2s are 2. 1 into 2. Are you following? 1 into 2. 1 into 2 plus 1 plus. Here, this is not into, this is plus. Interesting pattern. Here plus. Observe it. I'm sorry. 1 plus 2 into 1 into 3. Observe it. 1 plus 2 into 1. 2 into 3. 6. 2 1s are 2. 2 3s are 6. 1 plus 6 is 7. See the pattern what we are writing. Here the pattern we are writing 2 cube minus 1 cube. We are able to express as 1 plus 2 into 1 into 3. Similarly, 3 cube is, observe it, 3 cube is 27 minus 2 cube is 8. 27 minus 8 is 19. That answer we are getting 1 plus 3 2s are 6, 6 3s are 18. 1 plus 18 is equal to 19. So, difference of the cubes. Difference of the cubes we can write in another pattern, that is 1 plus, for all this, 1 plus 3 into 2 into 3. Next one you see. 4 cube is 64 minus 3 cube is 27. If you subtract these two, 64 minus 27 will give you 37. How much? 37. Now you see here that we are able to express 1 is common in all the places. 1 common, here also 1 plus 4 into 3 into 3. So 1 plus 1 plus 4 3s are 12. 12 3s are 36. 1 plus 36 is equal to 37. So difference of the cubes successive. That also, if you take 1 and 2, 2 cube minus 1. If you take 3 and 4, 4 cube minus 3 cube. If you take 2 and 3, 3 cube minus 2 cube. If you take in this way, if you take 5 and 4, 5 cube minus 4 cube. If you take 6 and 7, 7 cube minus 6 cube. So like this you can express, the result will be same. The answer whatever you get, that will be same. This is another interesting pattern. Now we see that in this, which is very, very important thing which you already learned in squares and square roots chapter, that is about prime factorization. What is that? Prime factorization. There must be only prime factors. So now we are going to see prime factorization of cube numbers. Cubes and their prime factors. You see now, prime factors means when you express a number as a product of its prime numbers. So what are the prime numbers? a number which is having only 1 and the number itself, only having as factors. A number which has only 2 as a factors, those only 2 factors, sorry, the number which is having only 2 factors. What are those 2 factors? 1 and the number itself. Such numbers are called prime factors, prime numbers. Number which is having only 2 factors, those 2 are also 1 and the number itself. A number with only 2 factors, 1 and the number itself, are called prime factors. You see now 6. 6 can be expressed as 2 into 3. Both 2 and 3 are prime numbers. Both 2 and 3 are prime numbers. 9 you see, 3 into 3. Both 3 and 3 are prime numbers. Now 12 you see, 2 into 3. 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are. All these are called prime factors. These are called, what do you call this one? Prime factors. Prime factors. So, which we will express as a product of prime numbers. Product of prime numbers. These are called the prime factors. Now we see cubes and their prime factorization. You see, cube. 8 is a perfect cube. Is it 8 a perfect cube? 8 is a perfect cube? Yes. Because that could be expressed as a product of a number itself 3 times. Product of the number itself. How many times? 3 times. You see 8. 2 into 2 into 2. Observe it. 2 cube. Then 120, 27 also you check it. Prime factors. 3 into 3. Yes, 3 cube. Then observe it, one more number, 125. 5 into 5. So 5 cube. You observe it. What are all these numbers here? These are prime numbers. These are prime numbers. These are prime numbers. Now I will tell you one more number, that is 64. You check it. 64 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. Observe it. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16, 16 2s are 32, 32 into, observe it. So this is a pair. So each factor appears how many times? 3 times. 2 is appearing 3 times. Again 2 is appearing 3 times. So this will be written as 2 cube into 3, 2 cube. 2 cube into 2 cube, which can be written as we have the formula a power m into b power m, then a to the power a into b whole to the power m, 2 into 2 whole to the power 3, which is equals to 4 cube, which is equal to 4 cube. But this is called, what do you call this one? Prime factorization. What do you call? Prime factorization. Prime factorization. So these are all the prime factors. 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, 5 into 5 into 5, then 3 into 3 into 3, 2 into 2. These are called prime factorization. We are taking only prime numbers as the factors. We are taking prime numbers as the factors. So, in the prime factorization of a cube number, each prime factor appears 3 times in its cube. 3 times in its cube. This is the point which we need to remember. And one more point you see. In prime factorization, factors can be grouped in triples. In which prime factorization? Prime factorization of a cube number. We are talking about only cube numbers. So in prime factorization, factors can be grouped in triples. Triples means as 3, like this. Example, like just now I said 64, we factorized 2 into 2 into 2. This is one group. Into 2 into 2 into 2. See, we are grouping as factors of triples. Triples. 2 cube into 2 cube, which can be written as 2 into 2 whole to the power 3, which is equal to 4 cube. But we are grouping into 3. As we learned in squares and square roots chapter 2, we made into 2 groups, 2 factors as a group. Similarly, here we are taking 3 factors as a group. 3 factors as a group. Let us discuss prime factorization. By using prime factorization, whether the given number is a perfect cube or not. Let us see, is 216 a perfect cube or not? Perfect cube means every number, a prime number would be expressed, would be able to, maybe prime number or any other number. But now we are going to check with the prime number, prime factorization, whether it is a perfect cube or not. Observe it, prime factorization. Given number is 216. Prime factorization. Prime factorization of 216 we are going to do. So 216, observe it carefully. 216, the least prime number. You can start any prime number, but you see which is divisible by this number. 216 is divisible by 2 or not? Yes, it is, as we know the divisibility rules. 2 ones are 2, remainder 0, this is 1, cannot be divisible, 0, 1 and 6, 16, 2 8s are 16. Then another prime number, 2 5s are and 2 4s are. Then one more, observe it, 2 2s are, 2 7s are, 2 2s are 4, 1 is the remainder, 2 7s are. Now 27, is it divisible by 2? No. Next prime number, 3 9s are, next 3 3s are, next 3 1s are. Or you can stop at the last step itself, that is only the prime number, so you can stop it. Now you check it, the prime factorization, 216 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 3. Just now we said cube number we can make as a group of triples. We can make as a group of triples. So these 3 is one group, these 3, observe it, and these 3 is one group, that is 2 cube into 3 cube. We have the formula a power m into b power m, which is equal to a into b whole to the power m. A into b whole to the power m. So that formula, now you can write this as 2 into 3 whole cube, which is equal to 6 cube. So 216 is equal to 6 cube. So therefore, here I am writing therefore 216 is a perfect cube. 216 is a perfect cube. 216 means if you are able to express as a product of triples, every factor as a triple, then it is a perfect cube. It is a perfect cube. Is it clear? Now we see one more example. Is 36 a perfect cube or not? How to identify a perfect cube or not? Every number, if you are able to express as a triple, every factor as a triple, like 3 times like this, 2 into 2 into 2, 3 times 3 into 3, every factor, the factors you must be able to group as triple. You must be able to group as triple. Then it is a perfect cube. Now we see whether 36 is a perfect cube or not. So solution, that is 36 is given. Prime factorization of 36. So 36, it is divisible by 2. Yes, we know. So 2 ones are 2, remainder is 1, and 2 8s are 16. Then 2 9s are 18. Then 3 table, 3 3s are. You observe it. 36 is equal to 2 into 2 into 3 into 3. Is 2 is triple? 2 is appearing 3 times? Or 3 is appearing 3 times? No. So, this is we are having 2 cube into, 2 square into 3 square. 2 square into 3 square. But we can write as 2 into 3 whole square, which can be written as 6 square, but not as cube. So each factor we are not getting as 3 times. So 36 is not a perfect cube. Perfect cube. So you must be able to express as product of three equal factors. Then only it is a perfect cube. If not, it is not a perfect cube. Because we are not getting as a factors as into three factors. 2 is appearing 2 times, 3 is appearing only 2 times. There is no one more factor. One more 2 is required and one more 3 is required. So it's not grouped into 3 equal factors. Not grouped into 3 equal factors. 3 equal factors. We are not getting 3 equal factors. Here 2 times only, here also 2 times. So this is not a perfect cube. Perfect cube. Is it clear, children? Right. So I hope you understood how to identify whether the given number is a perfect cube or not. If you are able to express as a product of 3 equal factors, then it is a perfect cube. So prime factorization we have discussed. Based on that, now we have some homework questions. Chapter 7, page number 114. Question number 1, second, third and fifth bit. You have to identify whether the following are perfect cubes or not. Go for the prime factorization. Then find out if you are getting 3 equal factors. Every factor has 3 times, then it is a perfect cube. If not, it is not a perfect cube. To get the perfect cube, every factor should appear 3 times. Every factor should appear 3 times. I hope you understood, children. Right. Thank you. We will meet in the next session. Thank you.